This video just released. It shows what happened after two Florida men got in an argument last month. You see one chasing the other with his tractor.
This Florida man accused of stealing a Jeep, then returning to the Winter Haven home where he took it from to ask if anybody had seen his missing cell phone.
A guy who allegedly tries to go into this convenience store behind me trying to trade a 4-foot alligator for a 12-pack of beer.
All new at 11, the Florida man whose mugshot went viral last week after his arrest in Escambia County is in trouble again.
Police say he climbed on top of playground equipment and started yelling in front of kids, telling them where babies come from.
A Florida man who went to Kohl's for a job interview ended up leaving the store in handcuffs. This Florida man is accused of having sex with a miniature horse.
This man right here from Central Florida.
Arrested in Florida this morning is Caesar Sayat.
This 27-year-old
Florida
man.
It's no secret, there's many strange headlines that come out of Florida. But why are these headlines so bizarre and out there? There has to be some strange phenomenon behind all of this. I decided, what better way to find answers than going straight to the source? I then went online to find plane tickets to Miami and started packing my bags. Then unpacking my bags as I realized the budget I set myself. But my budget constraints alone will not stop me from finding answers. Through basic research and local help to finding out what is behind all these bizarre headlines. Florida Man is an internet meme originating in 2013 from the Twitter @_FloridaMan. This account depicts many outrageous headlines originating from Florida using the phrase Florida Man. Headlines such as, Florida man breaks into jail to hang out with friends. Florida man is charged with assault with a deadly weapon after throwing alligator through a Wendy's drive-thru. Florida man dressed in Easter Bunny costume gets into local street fight. The popularity of the meme continued to grow throughout the internet as well as TV shows such as Atlanta and The Daily Show. Even in 2019, generating its own internet challenge of looking up your own birthday along with the phrase Florida man and see what headline you get. Think of it as a trailer trash horoscope. For example, I got September 27, 2018. Florida man found with pot found hanging off an interstate highway in his underwear. Curious to see how far the meme has spread, I went to local colleges asking people if they were aware of the Florida man presence. Are you familiar with the bizarre headlines that come from Florida?
Yes I am.
I remember the one with like the bath salts and the zombie.
Was that even from Florida?
That was from Florida.
Is that the one where the bath salts one came from?
Is it similar to like when you search up your birthday and do Florida man?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I do know it actually.
Do you think these headlines reflect what really goes on in Florida, or does it paint like a biased picture?
It paints a biased picture. I mean, there's weird shit that goes on everywhere. We have crackheads in San Bernardino and Riverside in LA and maybe Fontana.
Yeah.
I mean, there was that one crackhead that jumped off the freeway in the 210.
I think there are weird things that happen all over the country, but I think because it's Florida, it's more focused in and zoned in on Florida that we take more notice to the weirdness.
I mean, I think it paints a really biased image of like what you could find in Florida. Because like I lived there for a couple years, but in the northern side, I don't know about like down there. Like it was mostly military based and like that. Just regular, I'm gonna say like mostly white people. Pretty much white old people there.
Gotcha.
So, I don't know. Florida to me was a good time.
Sure.
I think they paint a biased picture. You know, it's like drug use, and like not everyone in Florida acts the way they act or do what they do. You know?
Cool. So here are a couple of headlines. Let's take some time to read them.
Okay.
Oh, sushi.
You want to
swipe right.
What if I swipe left?
Don't
Oh, I remember this one.
Out of all the headlines I showed you, how many do you think are true? How many do you think are fake?
Pretty sure they're all real. It's Florida.
Are fake? I don't think any of them are fake. Maybe there's like a few.
I don't know, maybe like 8 out of the page are fake, maybe?
They're all absolutely true.
All of them are true?
Does journalism play a factor in how we like perceive these things?
Okay, yeah. I do believe journalism does play a factor in how we perceive things. You know, they want to make the headlines more interesting to get more people to read it and get more money and, you know, just stuff like that.
Of course. Journalism, like you want to get like the hits, you want to get the the clicks, you want to get the ad money.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of expected that the media played a role. So that's one thing. But then also, I'm sure that like the events that happen in Florida, there are weird events that happen in California and like Nevada and New York. We just don't hear about them.
Yes, I do believe that journalism does play a part in those headlines, but I mean, isn't that like with every kind of headline they do?
Yeah, that's it, in a way.
They manipulate like what it says.
Yeah, like how we see things.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They always do.
Then I found the real reason behind these headlines is really due to the Sunshine Act of 1976, which basically gives journalists access to police records. So on slow news days, they can whip out headlines like, "Police find almost a dozen stolen zoo animals in Florida man's home. Florida man in a tutu breaks into farmer's market to consume large amounts of junk food. 18-year-old Florida man arrested for posing as a doctor as well as opening a fake doctor's office." Okay, I can't even say this one with a straight face. Unfortunately, these problems do stem from a much larger problem within Florida. As far as Florida's low ranking when it comes to access to mental health care, as well as the ongoing opioid crisis in Florida. Knowing that journalists kind of use this to profit off, like, how do you feel?
It's not a good thing, but like with the way news is, like they're gonna look for anything that can like get the money, get the person's attention. If it's an important issue, they're not always going to put that like in the center of attention. It's just something that will get people to come, you know?
Get them or, yeah. Because I definitely don't.
Okay, yes and no, because like I read one with like the McDonald's one where he fought the employee because like he didn't give him a straw.
I saw that one too.
Or something like that. That's so stupid. I mean, that's like, why would I feel bad? Like that's such a stupid thing to complain about, you know?
True.
Like, it's funny.
We do laugh about it, and it makes a funny story, but in the end, someone's getting hurt. Someone will be like, "Oh man, that's me," and I don't know. It kind of hurts thinking about that other side.
Yeah. My message isn't to declare fake news on every news story you see and think that they're manipulating you. Especially don't declare fake news on these stories because they're 100% true. Stories like, Florida man shoots woman with a water gun filled with his own urine. 80-year-old Florida man fights alligator. Jesus Christ, these just get worse. Florida man back in jail for murder minutes after being released. Florida man tells neighbor he's gonna kill them with kindness, then kills neighbors with machete named kindness. Many states have sunshine laws, and when we finally take that into consideration, we realize that these stories are really happening all over the world, and the insanity that is Florida man is really closer to us than we think. Then we start to see headlines like, Fontana man fatally shoots friend over argument of who gets to sit in the front seat. In some weird, crazy way, there's really a Florida man inside us all. I hope this was informative and I taught you something. I had a lot of fun making this. Until next time, deuces.